Morning, Dan from DJMoore Lofts, and we're back. So this is the second day of the new year. I'm back again with a loft lifter. So today's Thursday. We've got a time lapse set up already. Trying to give you a bit of scenic with a little bit of the tree in there as well, you know, going all out for this YouTube malarkey. So this is a build that we done last year. 2 pitch roof dormers on the front, quite a big loft up there actually. It's got a master bedroom and a massive dressing area and a nice ensuite up there. But we are over across the road where we've got these 2, I was going to say semi-detached houses. I suppose they are, aren't they, semi-detached houses? But we've effectively got these 2 houses that are conjoined down the middle, identical but just opposite. And we are doing the same conversion on both, which is quite nice. But what we've set up is we've got 2 teams here. So we've got Darren and Charlie here doing each individual build, if you like, as much as they're individual, but they're right next to each other effectively. So the deal with the clients is what I didn't want to do is have like one team on it and try and do both at the same time, because one might get jealous of the other and different timelines and stuff like that. So, I mean, there probably will be a little bit of chaos in the sense of plastering might land at the same time. First 6 electrics and plumbing and stuff will land at the first time, but we'll deal with that. But I'd rather them both be going along at the same kind of time. But yeah, effectively, this relatively new houses, couple of years old. And what we're doing on them is putting a flat roof dormer on the back, adding 3 Veluxes to the front, and we're creating a large master bedroom as well as an ensuite and potentially a dressing area in one of them as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to get unloaded. We'll jump up into the loft. I'll talk you through the existing loft structure that we've got up there as well, and then what I'd also like to do is I'll show you some of the plans and the calcs and just show you what we're going to be doing on paper. And yeah, hopefully we'll keep you interested, and let's go get it. So thanks to Neil, our lovely scaffolder. He put up this scaffold yesterday on both projects. Got a nice little loading bay on each side. Sorry, Jack. Sorry. Bitter, innit? Sometimes I do wonder, these new houses, how they just squash all the gardens in. It is mental. So Charlie's just creating a hole over there for his access. Darren and Greg have made a hole already in this one, just to get access into here. Oh, nice little items. So yeah, so obviously we're building 2 flat roof dormers at the back, and they're going to be joined in the middle. So we've already put stuff in place. So we've ordered like fireboard for the inside, because when it's an adjoining loft, you're meant to have a fire separation between the 2. So we add extra layers of fire boards. Some people use, what's it called? It's like an asbestos kind of stuff, but a pyro board, maybe pyro board, something along those kind of lines. It's like a white fireboard stuff. But what we're going to do is we'll have a gap anyway in between, and then we'll use the fireboard each side. But then on the front, we'll basically continue the cladding through and have a separation in it behind. So effectively, it's all nice and safe. But yeah, so got lovely head height in these lofts. I think it's like 3 meters. But if I jump in there, I don't know if they've got a light in there yet. So we've got some lovely height in here, but it is a truss. So a lot of people still say to us now, you can't convert a truss, which is mental. I'd say it's probably one of the more popular designs that we do a lot of now, and I'm getting quite a lot of heated arguments on Facebook and the internet, because people say, no, it can't be done, got to take the roof off. Bollocks. Bleep that, Lewis. Yeah, it's rubbish, because you can do it. We do it multiple times a year. I'd probably say out of the 40 lofts we do a year, 30 of them maybe, or maybe that's a bit high, but 25 to 30 of them. It's definitely more than half are truss roofs, so it's definitely doable. But effectively this back space will go. We'll have a flat roof dormer, open it right up, and the floor will be roughly about 6.5 meters long, so it's quite a big space. But anyway, let them get a light set up. Let's get Lawson's unloaded. I'll leave you with this little time lapse so you can see some of the unloading, and we'll jump back once we're a little bit more further ahead, and we'll go from there. Biscuits?
Yeah, it's what a start to January.
Oh, I'm on a diet.
Me too, mate. That's why we're having tea.
So we're well underway unloading now. I've just brought my van round because we've got some bits on here. So I've been up to my unit because we've got some leftover stuff from last year. So I'm trying to utilise what I've got in the lockup rather than keep buying and wasting. And I've got one of the stills here that was left over from a project a few months ago, so we're going to utilise that as well. And whilst we've got the crane, going to get him to lift that up, thankfully, and I've just strapped up the stuff on my roof so then we can get that lifted up. But let's jump up there and let's take a little look, because hopefully now we've got some materials on the scaffold and some stills in the holes and stuff like that, and they should be dragging them about. So we've got our ridge beam in there for that one. What's he lifting up now? Could not tell you. Oh, and then Charlie's got his ease beam in there by the looks of it. And then that's their ridge beam. Oh, I've got 6x3 ones, that's nice. Got our windows up here now and plasterboard all lifted up. Looks like he's lifting up Darren's ease beam now, I think. Just grabbed my torch, so we'll jump in one of these lofts in case they haven't got lights set up yet. Let's have a little look-see, and we'll talk you through the plan, shall we? Probably not going to get in this one because we've got all the steel in there. Let's have a little look at this one. We'll jump in this one, we'll take the plans and have a little look-see. Oh. So obviously we make a hole because here where the dormer is, it doesn't really matter, and then this will be our main access point for the foreseeable for the job. And obviously once the dormer's built in the next week or so, that hole will be irrelevant anyway. But this one's got a light in here. So let's jump back up. So I can hear the lads next door as well. So as normally these kind of party walls aren't insulated above ceiling level, so we'll have to insulate these on both sides. Obviously the dormer will be insulated anyway, and then we'll put the fireboard that we discussed as well in between to give a nice separation. Let's get these plans out and let's give you a walkthrough of the calc, shall we? So as we are now, if I turn it around, so as it is per the building, so this is that front apex that we've got there. You can see there. So effectively what we've got is our dwarf wall here, which is going to be this steel. Will go, so you see that there, that's where that steel is. So that steel is going to go along that front, and then what we'll have on that is some uprights, like what they've shown in this image here. So we'll have some uprights, so we have a solid one directly underneath the rafter and one alongside it. Then we've got a centre floor beam here, which is just getting lifted up now, so that will roughly go here. And by us having that centre floor beam, what that allows us to do, instead of spanning our joist from there all the way out that way, effectively like a 6 metre span, which would make the joist massive in the sense of depth, by us putting a beam in the middle, that makes us put smaller joists in, which in turn makes them be lower, which in turn makes us give more head height effectively. So sometimes some people would say, oh well, you're wasting money on steel, but it's actually probably more economical because it's quicker and easier, and you get a more solid floor rather than having like double 9x2s, or if not 10x2s and stuff like that, trying to get that span. With loft conversions, for me, everything's about trying to give you as maximum head height as possible. So if we can save 2 inches, that could be the difference from having a shower and stuff like that in a bathroom, for example, in most loft conversions. So everything that we do, we try and keep everything as low as we can. So here, for example, we'll put the floor beam in and we'll recess the rafter a little bit. So we'll probably take like 2 to 3 inches out of that rafter, just so we can drop the steel down, get the floor as low as possible. And then what that does is it just helps with the impact of the slope, because the lower the floor is, the less impact that slope's going to have in the area. And then same thing again, we've got our ridge beam, which will go dead centre there. So we'll have a ridge beam in the centre, and then off that we'll have our roof joists. Dormer will come upright, and effectively, if we're looking at this space now, this will all be opened in a week or so's time. So subject to weather, because it is January. So yeah, Lewis, make a point of this image. We'll pan that now, and then we can drop that in the next video. So yeah, effectively this will all come out. Now looking at this design, this is just our structural calcs. So on our structural calcs, we've got an amazing engineer that we work closely with, and it will show us like the splice details, for example, the indication of how the dormer roof and structure looks and stuff like that. So it is fantastic, and this is the ease beam that I was talking about. So it's got the dwarf wall sat on top and so on and so forth. But if I get the main plans out, and we'll show you the actual loft, shall we? So this is what I was saying, we've got a flat roof dormer at the back, that's the front. We're going to do a little bit of change around with the existing landing area, because there's an airing cupboard to get the stairs up and over the existing. But this is the room that we're creating effectively. So we've got a nice little ensuite here. So this area here is the slope section. So this is where these Veluxes are. So we've got a Velux feeding the stairs, a window for the bathroom, and then one in the bedroom. Not too sure why it's there. Saying that, It's because of that. Got that apex there. So that's why it's further in the room. So we might see how far we can push that over. But nice sized room, to be fair. And then if I show you the actual side elevation, you see here, this is the difference we're talking about. So that slope area is that rafter. See how much space it adds. It's phenomenal. It's such a difference. Now I understand the reservations with dormers and stuff like that and the aesthetics, but once you can see the space difference that it can give, it's phenomenal, and you can understand why people opt to have a dormer, because it just does open up the space so much more. Just realised I've got a little red button there. I've been a bit spoiled. Treated myself to a heated gilet, and it's lovely, especially this time of year. So yeah, effectively that is what we're up to at the minute, and then we're doing the exact same on the other side. But whilst we're here, should we jump across, see what they're up to? Nearly put my foot through the ceiling then, that wouldn't be good on camera. That would have definitely been a blooper. Yeah, you crack on, sorry. Sorry. Right, let's see what these guys are doing. Here's the flower pot men.
1, 2, 3.
So you'll see what these guys have done is they've moved most of the rock wall, stuffed it into a corner, and now what they're doing is putting the eaves beam in place. So putting it roughly in place. Obviously we've not made the pockets holes for the stills yet in the bearing plates because we've literally only been here half hour, but we're just getting them roughly in place as it's day one. God, you're so strong, you lot. You've been working out, Greg?
His mouth. It's just the quality street diet.
Quality street diet, Christmas diet. So yeah, so that's their eaves beam. So then this is what we're just showing you next door, where we'll have an upright that will take on these rafters. Now on these rafters as well, we probably will have to double them up. I think it is spec'd. I have got it all here, but I just can't remember off the top of my head. I think it might be a 5x2 or a 6x2. The reason we do that not only is for strength, but to give you better airflow as well, because then we can maintain an airflow gap behind the insulation. But yeah, it's nice to see for once. Extractors connected. The amount of new build properties I go into and extractors aren't connected, soil vents are left venting in the loft area, is phenomenal. It just seems crazy. I'll get out your way, Simon. Always in your way. You got the lighter one, ain't you? So look, that's us. I'm going to leave these guys to carry on unloading and get all set up. We'll pop back in the next couple of days and we'll do another video and show you the progress. And like I say, what I want to do over these coming videos is we might even do like a little mini series on these ones as well, just purely because they are next to each other and we can kind of show you what's what. And what I would like to do this year as well, I want to try and get you like a really good dormer video, Velux video and a hip to gable video. So we'll try and do like what we've done with the series on that full dormer loft conversion that Velux sponsored. We're going to do another one, I think, on each individual type of conversion and go to town on it. So that's the plan anyway. So if you're interested in that, hit the bell button, hit that subscribe button, and yeah, leave us a comment, let us know what you'd like to see, and we'll speak to you on the next video. Enjoy.
Happy New Year.
Look at you sweating already.
Happy Hanukkah.